Hey all, and welcome back to Fidelitas Gaming and a new Play With Me series on the channel, but this time starting a character on a new SSF account. This is something that I wanted to do on stream, but I just don't have the time to put hours into one session. It's easier for me to record what I'm doing and then stitch together videos if I only get half an hour or 45 minutes to play at a time. So this is something that people are going to be able to follow along with if they want. I'm going to put all the footage up here in different episodes. And it's going to be fairly slow paced so people can follow the tree I'm doing, the skills, and I'll obviously explain what I'm doing as we go along. The build we decided to settle on is to be confirmed. It is going to be some sort of Templar minion build, mainly because the Sentinel of Radiance at the moment is super OP for leveling with no gear. It can get you to mid-tier yellow maps on literally no investment. You don't need links. You just get the Sentinel around level 32 and off you go, and it obliterates everything. And then I'll explain kind of what I'm doing with my skills, why I'm picking certain things, and then we'll go from there. So let's get the character name sorted. Let's hope they don't ban me for this name. No, seems all right. So first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself some sort of loot filter sorted out. All I've done is gone on to Craft of Exile, no filter blade even, and I've downloaded and created my own filter that literally just used a caster leveling config that is already in there. So you just go in, you go to presets, you click caster leveling, and then you download it. It's going to be fairly basic, but it's all I really need. And since we don't specifically need any particular gear once we get our first lab, it makes sense just to make things nice and easy. So we'll put some game sound on a little bit. And then we'll get going. So the idea, hopefully, because I'm going to be explaining things as I go along, and this is a build I've never played, so it's going to take longer than normal for me. It's probably going to be 6-ish hours in terms of videos through the campaign. And then we'll go through, obviously, all the mapping, Atlas strategies, the usual SSF stuff. I've not played Minions for a couple of years, so this could be a bit of an eye-opener for me, because I imagine it's not as quick as blasting through with a Deadeye or a Raider. Should I not be freezing him? Why am I getting the worst RNG ever? There we go. Why is my bloke freezing? This is... Oh no, this is the stupid attack speed that they have in the game where your second hit is stupidly slower than the first. So we'll go and take all that gear and off we go. So we're going to probably level with SRS, maybe Absolution. I haven't decided yet. And then we'll supplement it with something like Holy Flame Totem, and if we can get the links, some zombies. So I have a very basic tree that I've put in, which is where I basically want to be for around the first lab, which level 36 will be there or thereabouts, which is essentially taking life and then loads and loads of minion life and minion damage. So the first ascendancy we're going to take is Sentinel of Radiance. This is a minion that does burning damage over time, and it's based on its max life, and you can scale it really high in the campaign to something like 250,000 DPS by the time you get through the campaign, which is pretty insane. So that's what we're going to do, and that's going to carry most of our damage. Then I think we'll probably go Absolution for a bit of supplementary damage, and we won't need a lot else, maybe some zombies to stay alive, some auras and a curse, and we don't really need to do much more than that. So we'll put our first point in, which we're going to go fizz damage and minion just to help a little bit with the damage, because I think if we don't take any minion specific nodes, it might feel a bit rough for single target damage. Now we're not going minions early on. Do we risk that their movement speed? Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We won't go minions early on because they're really not very good at level 1. I think you maybe get zombies, which do absolutely nothing. So we'll do something like Rolling Magma is an okay skill. We'll just check for movement speed boots, which is NN in the search bar. We don't have anything. We'll just look for a 3 blue in case there is one, but we do have the option that we could just go Wand instead of Scepter if you want to get an early 3 link with blues, which we've not got one in there either. So this is a good start. So we're just going to stick our Rolling Magma in here. And that'll do. We can't really buy anything else, so we'll get on our merry way. I'm not a massive fan of caster or minion leveling. I just don't like the skills, and I don't like builds where you have to level like Stormburst mines, because I hate that as well. So we'll see how we get on. This might be the quickest play of my series ever if I get fed up with it. But so if you are brand new, feel free to kill stuff in these zones, but you really don't have to. They give very little XP. Once you get to the next zone, that's when your XP starts getting a bit more worthwhile. But you could probably go and clear this entire zone and maybe not get a level for your XP. But if you're new and want to get used to the skills and things like that, by all means do. It's not any sort of rush. But there is one rare enemy who you can see is chasing me now. It's pretty lethal, so you just want to avoid that enemy. You also find your cast or attack speed or whatever it is that you have in the build. It's going to be super slow at this stage of the game. So if you do stand still, you may get cornered and trapped, which is never a good thing. So we'll just drop a few fireballs back there and grab the waypoint. Now we can die, it doesn't matter. And on we go. So rowers are probably the worst thing in the game in terms of things that can kill you, especially when they're fire resistant and we're running a fire skill. I'm tempted to actually reset this zone. This is probably harder than any of the act bosses you're going to come across. So I think we're 100% going to die here. I'm not sure we can get away from them. And maybe trying to kill them is not the smartest idea in the world. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Because you'll also find that your cast speed is not quick enough to actually kill anything. But we'll try our best. But you can see, no, I think we're going to reset this zone. This is absolutely lunacy to have these fire-resistant rowers. We'll do our best. So we'll join you in 7 years when I've finished. I know, we should be all right now. Oh, this game is so stupid. If they just want to turn people off the game, they know 100% how to do it with these ridiculous monsters that can get mods at level 4 that brick your build already. I might run out of mana here. Oh no, we leveled up. We're fine. Right, we're just going to stand and face tank this. No, we're not, because he just stuns you all the time. So if you want to fast forward to timestamp of 1 hour, 17 minutes, you'll see how we get on. I mean, look, it's not even denting him. This is insane. Yeah, absolute ludicrous, this game. Right, so 7 years later, we get those rowers down. Well, everything else should feel like a cakewalk from here after that. So we'll just run through, drop in some magmas behind us just so we can stay alive. Probably should have picked up that energy shield belt. So for those that aren't aware, if you have energy shield, you've got a 50% chance to avoid being stunned, which is the main thing that kills you with rows. Because your cast speed is literally, and attack speed is non-existent at this stage of the game. If you get energy shield, you've got a 50% chance to not get stunned, which definitely helps. We won't take the scroll of wisdom because we've got stunned again. Go. And then we need to try and find this last thing. There it is, more magic monsters, but zombies are not too much of an issue. I mean, this is crazy. I just want to pick up this thing. This game is so shit on this. Oh, this bloody Mudflats is the worst zone in the game. It's thank God they gave up redesigning this game, because if the rest of the game was like this, I don't think they'd have many people playing it. So, finally finished, and we are still only level 4, considering the amount of monsters that we killed. So we'll get out of here. Deathless, though. We will go down and take some skill points, where we're going to take minion damage. We could probably respec those a bit later. We will go and go back to the coast. I've just realised I have played an SSF character before. I hope I don't have stuff. I think I've migrated everything. I hope I have. Otherwise, I'm going to have to restart this. So then you're straight down into Tidal Island. Wander along. If you come across a split in the ledge, you're probably quicker off turning around and going the other way. but we haven't, so we'll keep going. We'll take the Orb of Augmentation, why not? I like to hit up these corpses as well, as they often drop stuff that can be valuable. They might drop a magic item, they might drop a transmute. No, we should have turned around. Which seems odd. Oh no, it's about 50-50 to be fair. It's a very long layout for this. Oh, got lots of monsters coming to help us out. It is, I probably should have took a cold skill here. I don't know why I've taken Rolling Magma. It is absolutely terrible. So we got some gear. We'll take all that and we'll go to character select. Go to SSF and we'll carry on. So we'll go back to town and get our rewards. Quicksilver Flask, 100% take that. And then for your skill gem here, there's really not much that's much use if we're playing a minion build. You could take Arcane Surge because some of the minions are spells, but overall I really don't think there's anything much we can take here. So for now I'm just not going to take anything. In fact, no, we'll take Arcane Surge, why not? And then sell everything else. If you've got uniques, I would ID them because they're going to be worth money, or you could keep them. It's totally up to you. So I'll ID these 2 uniques. That is very nice, but it seems like a bit OP for a playthrough. But if you get something like 1,000 Rimmers, I'd 100% wear it. It's very, very good beginner chest with life resistances and everything you can need. But it's a bit cheating for this playthrough, so we'll sell it. But I would recommend if you get one that you obviously equip it. We're not going to need the claw, so we'll get rid of all that stuff. So now we've got 2 scrolls of wisdom left, 1 portal scroll that we're going to need in a little bit. And then we have some skill gems to collect from Tarkleigh. So we got various choices here. What I'm going to do, even though I think it's too early to go SRS, we're going to do it for the simplicity of the playthrough. So we're going to take Holy Flame Totem and Frostblink. We're going to go over with our last 2 wisdom scrolls, and we're going to buy some Raging Spirits. Please, do we not get it? Do we not get some Raging? Oh, thank God for that. I was like, this playthrough's bricked. So we'll take some Raging Spirits, and then ideally, I need something with 2 blue sockets at some point. Doesn't have to be now, but at some point it would be nice. So there's no wands. So we'll just go over to Tarkleigh and we'll double check what he's got. Not a lot either. We've got a blue, blue, green, which is not really ideal, and we don't want to be putting a chest piece on. Other than that, we don't actually have anything. This is about the worst gear selection I've ever been offered at this stage. So we may have to take blue, blue, green, because we are going to need blue at some point. Just so you know, chest armor slows you down if you wear it, but kind of doesn't matter too much. So we'll put SRS there. We'll put our Holy Flame Totem in here. And I think some Raging Spirits is a spell it is, so we can probably put Arcane Surge on it. And then we'll put Ellie Prolif into the totem. I bought Glacial Hammer instead, didn't I? No, there we go. There we go. So, this is not ideal. You really don't want to be running SRS until you get to level 8 and get your support gems. But, like I say, for simplicity of the playthrough, we'll do it. So, you want to put your movement skill in. Put it to whatever button you want. Attack without moving. Make sure all your skills are attack without moving. Quicksilver Fly so you can move a bit quicker. And then we're good to go. Just going to turn the sound down a tiny bit. I think it's quiet enough, but just in case we'll reduce the volume a little bit. And then we go back to some passage and we carry on. So now I've actually got some skills we don't have to worry about aiming at. We're just going to drop our totem and our SRS. And then just go on our merry way. What we're looking for here, if you wanted to know where the exit was rather than just wander around, we're looking for a little bridge that goes up. I've gone the wrong way, as always. You'd think someone with thousands of hours into the game would know where they're going, but no, it's not the case. So just double check up here. Nope. I don't think I've ever seen it down here. In fact, I don't think it can spawn down here. It can't. So this is where we're looking for. But we don't want to go in there yet, so we're going to drop a portal. Then we're going to go around and find the bridge. What you normally do is hope to find the bridge first and then drop your portal there, but it doesn't really matter. This is just a bit of a strange layout. There we go. So this is the bridge that we're looking for. So just keep dropping your totem and putting your SRS down. One thing we're probably going to need, because we've got multiple skills that we're using, is we're going to want to find a mana flask that's better than our starting mana flask, because it really doesn't do very much. So if you're in League, collect whatever the League mechanic currency is, because it's going to be worth money at some point. So keep collecting our rare gear. This might come in handy, because it's blue-red, which is going to be better for SRS. Sorry, SRS is Summon Raging Spirits if I'm talking jargon. And then we're going to go and carry on and take the rest of our minion nodes and then carry on up the ledge. So just kill a few things. You don't need to worry about killing everything. If you get blue packs, you might want to take them out because you get more XP for them. Are these fire resistant? No, fizz resistant. That's fine. And then level up all your gems. Go back and get our silver coin because these are worth about a chaos each at the minute. They obviously wouldn't be in a league start scenario, but... And then again, we'll go straight through. Templar, we're going to pick up quite a lot of life early on, so it should be a fairly comfortable play through this, if not fairly slow, but then we're doing it as like tutorial style, so that's not really a problem. Anything with 3 different coloured sockets that are linked together, you can sell for chromatic orb. So on we go. Open up any chests you get along the way. Don't necessarily go out of your way to do it because you can end up spending hours playing through. We nearly died there because of that stupid totem. But our goal, first off, is to get melee splash into the Summon Raging Spirits because that's going to make clear feel much better because at the moment they can just hit one enemy. That was close. Helps if I pay attention where I'm going. So you can see the difference of having like little and big mana flasks and life flasks is pretty huge. Because the little ones really do nothing once you get past like the first 2 levels. So we'll keep going, get even more minion damage. We don't really need to level Arcane Surge up. It's not going to benefit us that much. So armor scraps sell for 2 scrolls of wisdom, which early on is actually pretty huge. Oh, I wasn't looking then. I was looking at that wisdom scroll and got absolutely obliterated by the pack surrounded by the shrine, which is going to happen in this zone if you're rushing through. Especially if this is like a damaged shrine, you've got no chance of surviving like a hit from it. In fact, we're going to move on because we've got no AoE at the moment, so we can't really even try and take those monsters on. So we'll keep going. So hardcore, we're not doing very well. But you could take your time getting up to this bit. You don't have to rush like I am. You can do whatever you want. So we'll again just go through. I'm getting some horrendous lag here. Okay, so we're about level 8, which is what I wanted to be. And now things are going to get easier. Because we're going to get a support gem to put in with our minions that gives us some AoE damage. Which should hopefully make things feel a million times better. So we go back to Larnai's Watch. We put our next skill point in. We better go and get some life, actually, because we're feeling a little bit squishy. So Nessa is going to offer us Melee Splash, which is the gem that we want. We could also take, if we have a transmute, which we don't, we could also take Fizz as Fire, because I think SRS does physical damage. I can't actually tell from here. So I want to keep that. We'll get rid of that. We can actually ID the helmet, because It's absolutely dreadful. It's given us some cold resistance, I guess. Then we'll sell the scrap so that we can get a couple more portal scrolls. Even though this belt is terrible, it gives us 6 fire resistance, which is more than what we got. So might as well put it on. We don't need any more portal scrolls, so we'll sell our portal scrolls.
God hasn't abandoned us.
And then we'll go over and we will look for blue, blue, red if we can find one, because they're the colours that we want, which is going to be melee splash, summon raging spirits, and then minion damage. It would be good to get a 3-link before Brutus, otherwise it might be a little bit tricky. As always with this playthrough, looks like we're getting tons of luck. We don't have it. We'll just check for wands. And we don't have it on the wands either. So we're kind of stuck with blue and blue at the minute. So we'll drop Arcane Surge, or blue and red, sorry. And we'll put in our melee splash. Then we have these 3 gems that I don't think we're ever going to use. So we're just going to sell them for wisdom scraps. We could do with a couple of wands, or at least another scepter, because at the minute that shield is a bit wasted. Oh no, it does give us spell damage. That's fine. So we'll just double check if he's got some boots with movement speed. What is this lag? He does not. He's not really got anything that's much good. So we got our Summer Raging Spirits and we have our Holy Flame Totem. We could pick up a Flame Wall to make them do a little bit more damage if they pass through, but it gets a bit more fiddly and probably not something I'd recommend for newer players. There's really not anything else that we can take here. Let's say we could do added fire, but I don't know whether Summon Raging Spirits does physical damage, because it doesn't actually say what it does. I don't think it does. Yeah, converts all its fizz to fire. So technically that might do something. Oh, we don't have a transmute anyway, so it's pointless, but it looks like that would affect the damage slightly. But what we're looking for is blue, blue, red ideally. But this should make clear feel a little bit better now as well. So now we're going to run through and look for the Dweller, and then we can go on and try and kill Brutus. And then what we would ideally like is a ton of wisdom scrolls to get off these awful beginner flasks, because they are the one thing that will get you killed mostly in this act is going to be not having health potions that are good and not having mana potions that are decent. Apologies, my cat is whinging for fuss at the moment. In fact, she's whinged for fuss all day. Right, so we're looking for this big dude here. We're going to keep our distance because he hits quite hard. And then we're just going to run around, activating our SRS and dropping our totem. You want to keep your distance because they put quite a big chill on you, this enemy. So it means you're going to obviously take longer to kill it. Like that, it's put 22% chill on me. So again, we'll just circle round. No rush. Nice and easy. Pick up what we can fit in. And back we go. So we'll go back and collect our skill book. And then we can basically sell all of this. None of it is any good. Again, the ring is not really worth putting on. It gives us 8 life. It's just not worth having. It's much better to sell it. So we've now got a transmute, which means we can buy another support gem if we need to. So we're going to go and get life. Then we're going to go up and we're going to get these minion nodes here. So we're definitely going to take this for more attack speed. And then we'll go over here just to pick up this minion life on the way. Because what we're looking to do when we actually get our first ascendancy is take Sentinel of Radiance, and that scales off minion life. So the more we can get earlier on, the better. So we'll apply those points. And then we'll just double check his inventory again. But what you'll find is it rarely changes since they made the updates to the loot. So as you can see, it hasn't really changed at all. And then if we go to Nessa and check the wands, it hasn't changed. So we got our blue, blue, red, which we can use once we get some intelligence. That's a lot of intelligence for an item, though. So this would give us the colors that we need for our Summon Raging Spirits. When we get to level 12, we can put those in. In fact, we can put them in now, but we just don't really have the intelligence to do it. We could buy one of those, but we've just spent our transmute on this wand. So for now, again, we're just going to carry on.
Be well.
We don't really need anything yet. Brutus is going to be a bit of a struggle with this setup, but it should still be fine. So we're into Lower Prison, and we're going to look for our Ascendancy trial, which is here. Is that a small mana flask? It is. That's not a lot of good for us. Because we may find we need a bigger mana flask for Brutus, because we might not be able to sustain mana because we're not going to be doing any damage whatsoever. I can see an Essence over there, which could definitely come in handy. So we'll whiz through there. I'll take that. Medium life flask is better than nothing. So go through there, please. Mana flask would also be handy though. So we did see an essence down here somewhere, which is definitely something you want to look out for early on. And it is Woe, which is spell damage, I think, which is okay. You may find these are very, very tricky. Oh, and they're fire resistant. Of course they are. This may be one we might have to abandon, because this could take just too long to kill for our mana pot. Oh no, he's going down. Yeah, we've been very unlucky this playthrough. Every single monster we've come across that's tough has been fire resistant, which gives them something silly. I can't remember what it is, like 50% fire resistance or something ridiculous. So it does make it quite difficult. So we'll keep running through looking for the exit. I don't know the layout for any of these. I just run around until I find the exit. That is going to come in handy because that we can sell for 4 wisdom scrolls, which means we can finally get a mana flask that isn't terrible. So we are actually... Have we got a portal scroll? We don't, because we sold them, which was a bit silly, so we can't go back. So on we go, I guess. So, oh, there's a large mana flask. Saved our bacon there. So we can put that in instead. So now we've got medium life flask and large mana flask, which are all okay, I suppose. Get some minion life. There's green, green, blue one. That's not a lot of good. We could really do with a lapis amulet as well, or lots of rare items to sell. Chain belt will definitely take. I'm going to put it in instead of this thing. Because then that gives us, even though it's not a lot of energy shield, it is enough to avoid getting stunned if we get hit. So we keep going down. Oh, we're going to have to fill our mana flask up, actually. I've just realised it is pretty empty. And then we should get our clarity gem when we leave here, which is going to become massively in handy because that means we're never going to run out of mana. Because you can see the mana regen without it is pretty slow. I should have also checked for movement speed boots a little more often, but they made changes a few leagues ago where they don't fully refresh vendors. They just add a couple of items in, and it's made getting leveling gear so much worse. It is one of the worst changes I've ever done. It's not spoken about that often, but it definitely makes getting the right sockets and colours and movement speed boots a lot more difficult early on. So, we really don't want him in that corner because it makes us difficult to duke out of the way of that. So you're just looking out for his... He does a move which he's doing now where he attacks the ground. That thing hurts. The rest of his attacks really don't do anything. So you avoid that. And then we should just about have enough mana to kill him, I think. Oh, I didn't see he was doing it there. That was lucky. Okay, so we've got... I mean, we need to take all of this if we can fit it in, which we can't. Because we need a transmute. In fact, we need more than a transmute. So let's go back. We've killed Brutus. I don't think we get anything from Nessa. We don't. So we'll go Tarkly and we will take Clarity. Oh, we just got another blue, blue, red. So we can actually ID that and put that on instead of this. And that means we actually don't necessarily need the wand, which is good. So we'll ID this. We need some intelligence from somewhere, which is the main thing we've got that's slowing us down at the moment. Now we'll keep that just in case. Sell this, sell this. And we do need something with more blue sockets on it, because we don't have any. And this game is deciding that it's not going to give me anything that I can buy with a blue socket, which is wonderful. So we did get this essence, which we can really use on anything. It doesn't matter too much. We could use it on a ring. We don't really need any sort of damage from a wand, but we do need our blue socket. And at the moment, we can't actually get it, which is really frustrating. Do we have a shield we can buy or another wand? Let's have a look. Actually, I know what we can do. We can... Although I'm surprised I haven't got a transmute from all the stuff I've just sold, but apparently I don't. We've got an alchemy. We have an essence. We have 3 alterations, which are not look good. So at the moment, we're a bit stumped because we can't even buy the gem that we need, which is a shame. And we also don't have anything where we can socket that gem. And we can't really go buying wands because we're not going to have currency for it. So we'll sell more blacksmith's whetstones. Just double check on these, which I'm assuming we're not going to be able to afford. We're not. So we're a bit stumped at the minute. Basically just got to carry on until we get more currency. Because we need a couple of transmutes to get the last few gems we need. So here you're looking for like this ledge here. And then you just follow the path along and it will be the right way. So we're going to hit up every chest because we're desperately short on currency. And because we can't even run our clarity either, because if we do, it means dropping either our flame totem or our movement skill, neither of which I can really drop at this point. But it just shows you sometimes you have to make do with what you get in this game. Is that a Quicksilver flask? That is a Quicksilver flask. That definitely helps us out. Because that now means you don't have to do the Den quest in Act 2, because that's where you get your second flask. Or we do it and we can take like a rare leather belt, which would be quite nice. I think I'm alright for wisdom scrolls at the moment. We've gone the long way around here, again, as always with me. I would hit these chests up if it wasn't the fact I'm being chased by hundreds of enemies and I don't want to have to go back to the beginning of the zone. Because I die. So we'll go and get some more skill points. We really don't need to go up here for that life, but we can do. Then we'll take the damage here. It doesn't do a lot yet, the minion life. It's more for later on. And we don't really have anything else we can use the points on at this stage. Right, so Fairgraves is there. And then we'll go and find the cave. I'm notoriously terrible at this zone. I take ages to find where I'm going. I don't know what these weird lag spikes are. If this goes... Yeah, this is another... I keep getting layouts I never had before. But all you're looking for is a cave in the middle. If you go past it and get to the cavern, it's not really an issue. We can always go back. So we keep going. I don't know what dropped there. It's an orbital transmutation. We need one of those. Very nice. We just need to find some gear. We've not had any gear drop with blue sockets on it, really. We've not exactly been particularly lucky in this playthrough. Because we would need, I would like some gear to get some zombies going, but at the moment, it doesn't look like it wants me to progress. So, now we get access to some of the gems that we want. So I don't think we really want to take anything here. Absolution is an option for gems, but at the moment, we don't need it. So we'll just leave that where it is. We'll sell this chest piece. We now have one transmute. So what we can do is buy minion damage, which is here, and put it in. So at least we've got more damage to our summon raging spirits. We'll put our other quicksilver flask in so we can be a bit quicker. And then we'll just go and see if he's going to play ball and give me anything with a blue socket that I can afford, which again, like I say, he's not really going to change anything. He has got stuff that I can buy, but again, it's a transmute and I don't have it. So for the moment, we're not running clarity. We could risk using a chromatic on this, but if it changes to 2 green, we're in trouble. 2 blue. There we go. So now at least we've got clarity and we've got summon raging spirits. So I'm just going to make sure my gems are set up in the order I want. And I always like to have my auras on my back bar. Okay, good to go. So we still need to find this cave because we managed to miss it somehow. So this at least gives us a bit of mana sustain. It's not amazing at level 1, but once we get it up a couple of levels, it'll be okay. So this is going to be one of the weird layouts where it's probably up and around the side. I don't think it can be around here, but I don't really see where else it can be unless it's down here. An iron ring we can take because that can be traded in for a cold resistance ring. Yep, it is down here. What a strange layout. Okay. So again, we have more points. This time we're going to go for minion attack and cast speed. Again, don't follow me for layouts because I really don't know where I'm going. I'll just run around blindly until I find the exit. And there's nothing really of interest in this zone. We're really just going through getting the quest item and then killing the mini boss. Well, you don't even have to kill him to be fair, but here it is. That's the problem. If you don't kill him, he may freeze you. But as long as you're out of the way, you're out of danger. So we don't actually need to be in this zone anymore. We want to get to the waypoint in the zone, so it's quicker just to exit. And then we'll go back to ship graveyard and kill Fairgraves. And then we're good to go and finish the act. So again, we use our flame tokens. This gives consecrated ground, which gives you life regen, so keeps you alive quite nicely. As you can see, even our level 1 clarity is not doing a huge amount when we spam some raging spirits because it's on a 3-link. And even on a 3-link, the damage is not amazing, but it's good enough. I don't know why I picked up that. Too used to playing attack builds, I think. Right, so we'll go back and sell these. I don't think there's any other gems that we could get. We could maybe get some zombies if we can get the links or the currency, but don't need a wand. We do need a pair of gloves, so we may as well ID them and put them on. This ring is as bad as the other one that had cold resistance on it, but what we're going to do is take this, accept those. We don't have a blue gem that I can sell. We do not. So what you can do is sell a blue gem and an iron ring for a sapphire ring, which gives you cold resistance. And that just means you've got a little bit of protection at Merveil. And then we don't really need to do anything else. Movement speed boots would be good, but honestly, I'm not going to bother checking at this point because his inventory doesn't really seem to be changing. So we're going to have to rely on a different way of getting those. What we could do is see if he's got a white pair of boots and use this essence on it to try and get movement speed. Like, we don't really want armor and evasion boots, but for now we're just doing it for movement speed, which we haven't got, but it's better than nothing. We can't really set up zombies yet. We can, but they're being a one link, which is not great. What we could do is get rid of Ellie Prolif and go and grab added lightning damage just to give Holy Flame Tome a tiny bit of damage. Okay, and then we can go and finish the act. I think we'll worry about zombies in the next act because they really won't do very much at this stage. And then all we're doing here is looking for the exit, which is either going to be top left or bottom right. So it's just a case of going through the windy caverns to try and find the exit. I don't think it's up there, actually. Is it? Find out, I guess. There it is. So that's first cavern gone through, then we just go through a second. Then Merveil should be okay because Holy Flame Totem gives us a nice bit of life regen because we're not going to have the best damage in the world with these skills, but again, just look top and bottom. It obviously can't be top because it doesn't go any further. Watch out for the exploding minions. They're an absolute pain. And then just keep moving, dropping your totem, using your SRS. And run around like a maniac trying to find the exit. One thing you might want to do as well is maybe use Flame Dash as a skill because it has more charges. This movement skill, although I do like it, it runs out of charges and that can leave you in a bit of trouble. That's annoying that it's not up there. Just going to check, see if I can see it down here. No, so it's got to be up here, I guess. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we were right next to it. Okay, so we'll take another point, which can go to minion attack and cast speed. And we'll start pre-firing our minions. This is going to take a while because it's not the hardest hitting skill in the game. But we've got some cold resistance. We've got a totem with consecrated ground, so there's no reason we can't survive through this. It's again an issue of have we got enough mana? So we'll slowly whittle her down. The minions are the main problem for the Merveil part. Merveil is easy. Her minions hit like a truck and they're as tanky as her. Okay, cool. First one done. And then the main problem with Merveil is she teleports around everywhere, which gets really frustrating when you're trying to stack damage on her. Especially when you've got things like totems to drop. By the time it starts doing damage, she's disappeared across the other side of the map. Oh, luckily she went back to the totem though. So, that took 7 years, but she's down. We've got another sapphire ring, which has increased fire damage on it, so it's better than nothing. And then we can get gone to Act 2. So, for someone who hasn't played Minions, that felt really slow. I I know for single target probably could have dropped melee splash, but it's not like you have the option of fiddling your gems around when you've got no currency. Maybe we could use Holy Flame Totem, Flame Wall as well. I'm not sure if it makes much of a difference with Merveil moving around so much. But we know the builds are going to get better once we get first ascendancy, so I'm not too bothered. And it was comfortable. Other than when we died from the ridiculous shrine, it's felt fairly comfortable. So that's us through Act 1 and into Act 2. So, into Act 2. What we'll do before we carry on is just quickly talk about what I want to do this act. In terms of skills, I think our SRS even setup is fine. Would like to get some zombies as a bit of a buffer for me to keep things away from me, but also just to give a little bit of supplemental damage. We get access to a few good gems in this act, a few good minion gems and support gems, so it's something we can look to add in once we get the socket colours. You also get quite a lot of passive points in this act because we're going to be killing all the bandits, which gives us an extra 2. So I'm probably going to take this opportunity to get up here. These minion nodes are really good, especially for when we get our first ascendancy, because increased duration means you have to summon the minions less. And this is pretty big, 30% increased damage if you use a skill recently. And then we can also get increased AoE from the mastery. So the 2 nodes we want to aim for here. I'm not bothered about this this sacrifice yet because it doesn't really do anything until we get our ascendancy. So I'm actually going to take the opportunity in Act 2 to go up here next. So pick up some dex, some int and some strength. Take Enduring Bond. Then we're going to travel through these life nodes. And we're going to come down here and we're going to get both Righteous Army and Redemption. And actually give my minions a lot more damage and a lot more life. We could always pick up this little life node if we felt that we had to. But with picking up this wheel here, which will also give us some energy shield, I think that should be absolutely fine. And then we should start to feel a little bit more tanky. Already for this stage, we've got pretty good life and energy shield, to be fair. So we have 1 point. So we will start going towards these minion nodes over here. We'll sell the loot that we picked up because none of it's any good because it's all daggers and swords. And then we can actually start using our currency tab so that we can keep our inventory nice and clear. Because we've just moved into a new zone, we will double check him for any boots that might have movement speed. As expected, nothing. And there isn't really anything else that we can pick up. And we don't really have a ton of currency. We've got a transmute that I'd like to keep. We've got some alterations that will be used to buy gems. So we'll just go through. And we'll carry on. We could, to be fair, pick up zombies, but we can't link them at the moment, so it's kind of pointless picking them up at this point. So here we are going to do the den, because the rare belt will come in handy, and I think if new players are following along, you definitely want to do it. So the way this zone works is you're going to have a door at the very end, and somewhere on the map, it can be pretty random, there will be a cave that you can go in, kill a beast, and you get a reward. Normally that reward would be a second Quicksilver Flask, but I've already picked one up. So I think we're going to go and look for a leather belt instead. You could also pick up a heavy belt if you wanted some strength. Because if we can get lucky and get a bit of life and resistances on that belt, it makes quite a bit of difference. Again, if you want to, you can hit up the chests on the way. You never know what might drop out of them. I tend to just only pick them up if they're on my path at this stage. So here's the exit. So we just need to try and find the cave. There it is. If you had a portal scroll, you could drop it here and come back to it later, but we don't have one, so we're just going to go straight in. And then here it's basically just a little loop around. You can go either up or down. I don't think it really matters. It's RNG to where the exit is. Bismuth Flask is not really a lot of good. Should have gone right. Would have been quicker. So you can see the exit up there. So just keep yourself out of trouble. Then we'll move out of the way and hope he hits the totem, and he has done, so this will be nice and easy. Pick up the magic items. And then you want to carry on because we want to go up the rest of the zone and get to the next point. And then once we get our waypoint, we'll then go back and get our reward. You could, if you want, go for 3 Quicksilver Flasks, but it's probably overkill. I'll pick Einar up mainly because he can help me kill stuff. I'm not bothered about beasts at this stage because I don't really want to waste time killing them. So we've got another level up. Again, just use your SRS as you move, and then we'll go back to town. And we'll go and collect our leather belt. It's actually got a very good implicit at 39 life, and it has some life on it as well, so that's not too bad. Puts our life pool up a bit more. And none of that gear is any good to us, so we'll sell all that for more scraps, and then we'll go straight back and carry on. So, at this part, you can go up or down. Down just goes to a trial, and there's not a lot else there. I honestly don't bother going down there until I've got movement speed, because it takes so long to get there. And you don't actually need to do that zone until you do your Ascendancy in Act 3 or 4. So for now, we're going to ignore it, and we'll come back later. We could do with a better life flask, so we'll be on the lookout for one of those as well. So again, Einar's taking care of everything for us, although he does steal your experience, which is a bit of a problem. So here we're just looking for the waypoint, which will be in the middle of the zone. So it's going to be down here somewhere. So we're just going to circle around and look for that. So here we are. And then when you go down here, the waypoint always points to the exit. So we just need to go straight down here. If you're a little bit low on XP, you can nip out into the side rooms to kill enemies if you want to. Although they're blocked off on this one for some reason. So there's going to be a trial of ascendancy in here somewhere. I'd always go up first before you go down, because if you go down straight away and the trial's up, you're going to end up going all the way through the zone without actually getting the trial. So here we go. Trial first. So we'll just rush through here. Of course, I'm going to run all the way along the saw blades, which is always good.
There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation.
And then we need to find the exit. So I think the exit's going to be up here.
The latter is fear.
But again, my navigation skills are not the best. So we'll just pick up some XP while we go along. Go the wrong way again. And again. Doing very well here. Although it's just a bit of an odd layout, to be fair, twisting around here. And then you just need to get to this long windy path and you know you're going the right way. We might as well put our next point in to get... Oh, I've just taken the wrong node. That was good. That was a point wasted. That's what I get for rushing. So we now have increased flask charges gained. So I'm just wondering whether we can just stand on this totem and the consecrated ground keeps us alive. I don't think it's going to. This is absolutely horrendous DPS. Why is he so tanky? That's awful. Good old minions. Right, we're going to have to switch a few things around because that is dreadful. Although I guess once we get some supplement to damage, it will help a little bit. So, we need a respec point because every point is important. So we actually might have to go back. We picked up another blue, red. Which is probably not any better than one we've already got. So, we're going to get offered some rewards here. None of them are really any good. You could take Herald of Purity, maybe. Actually, no, it's pointless. There's really not much you can take. So, we'll take Herald of Thunder for a tiny bit of added spell damage. And then what we'll do is just go over to make sure there isn't a better gem that we could use. I don't think we get Skitterbots, unfortunately, as a Templar, which would be the one that you want to run. You could run Temper Shield for some block, but it seems a bit wasted. Yep, there's really not anything else we can use. I guess Herald of Ash probably would have been better, but too late now. So, if we want to respec this point, we're going to have to go back to Act 1 because naturally we're not going to get any respec points till Act 3. So we're actually going to have to go back and do this annoying pull here because I've been an idiot and decided to play quicker than I need to. So I'd 100% not recommend doing this unless you have to because it's kind of wasted time. But we'll go and do the fetid pull. And that'll teach me to not be so eager. Luckily, this is quite good with SRS because they're going to automatically home in on the enemies. The problem with this zone, a lot of the time, is there can be a minion hiding. And you miss him, you run round, you have to find him. It takes time to do it, which is the main reason I don't like doing this zone. It's not because it's kind of wasted time. It's because the minions can be really annoying. I mean, look how bad this DPS is. This is like a level 5 enemy. Someone ran over here, didn't they? Yeah. We've got a large life flask. So it was worth coming here. Oh, instant. I'm not sure I like instant, but okay. Got transmute as well. It's full of loot, this zone. I don't think we need that. I'll take that, I guess.
I must have time to gather my will.
This seems longer than usual as well. Oh no, it's probably just because every time I normally do it is when I'm like level 80 and realise I want a couple of cheap respec points. 5 monsters remain. Hopefully they're all up here. They are. Good. Okay, cool. So, we actually got a bit of useful stuff from that, but okay. Back to that one to get our respec points so we can actually do this tree properly. Can't remember if it's this guy or not. It is. Oh no, we didn't get the Fairgraves point. So we've got another skill point we forgot about. Then you can have this stuff here and that. Then we refund this point because I didn't mean to take it. And we're going to take strength and minion duration and minion damage. And then back we go and we carry on. So this is the point where I'd like to get some supplementary damage. Otherwise, Oak is going to feel pretty nasty. It's going to... Helmet is what I'm looking for, ideally. And I'd like a 3 blue helmet. It doesn't exist, though. So we carry on. We'll just go and speak to Einar quickly. So here, you can do this act in any order you want, really. I tend to move all the way to the end through the zone. Take out Weaver and then take out the bandits. We may do it slightly differently. May do the bandits first. So just keep running through, dropping your SRS, using your flasks. Yeah, we do have a large mana flask. I was just checking. I didn't have a medium one. So we'll grab the waypoint and carry on. So just about to get another level up point. I just wonder whether my loot filter is too strict. I'm just not dropping anything. It just seems a bit weird, but I'm sure this is a leveling filter that I've got on. That pesky shrine spawning about 100 enemies again. So we're actually going to run to the end because this gives us another skill point. And we can actually get quite a lot of damage from these nodes because I did notice the single target was absolutely horrendous on Fidelitas or whatever his name is. So we're actually going to go and do the bandits first, then we're going to do Weaver. So drop totem, stand in it to get the life regen. Yeah, like this thing should go down instantly for most builds. So yeah, SRS pretty weak on their own, but we are about to get some more points to make it a little bit more helpful. You don't have to do it this way around. It's probably longer to do it this way around. I just really did notice the lack of damage. It's best still, isn't it? Yep. So we're going to get the point for unblocking that. That gives us 2 skill points that we can take here, which gives us 12% more damage, but also 30% more damage if we've used a skill recently, and we always will have. And then we can go and get some AoE here to give us even better clear. And I'm hoping that's enough to make it feel a little bit better. So actually, we're going to go and do Weaver now. We've got those points. Why not? So with Weaver, you have this path going down here. If the waypoint is on this side, Weaver's going to be on the other side, and you're going to go up here to get to Alira. So we'll go down and we'll go for Weaver. Oh, we haven't put our Herald of Thunder on either. So what you're looking for here is cobwebs. If you follow the cobwebs, you're going the right way. If the cobwebs run out, which they have, you need to turn around. We can see the cobwebs have turned up again, so we're going the right way. What happened to my large life flask? Oh, it's instant. Instant life flasks are pretty bad early on because they offer such poor amounts of life. So you're just running around here looking for Weaver's Den. It's normally in the corner somewhere. But normally whatever way you go, you're going to get there. It just might mean that you go a slightly longer way. I'll take the wand, I guess. Melee Fizz. I don't really want that gem. So I haven't really noticed much of an increase in damage from taking those notes. Oh. I've never got to a dead end in this zone before. Not like that anyway. Okay, wrong way. This is going to be painful, I think. Just have to stay within the totem to get our consecrated ground. Take that large life flask. Oh, it's not too bad, actually. Yeah, that's not the worst. Yes, I know your mana's spent. It's fine. The issue is we've got these stupid spider webs on us. It'd be really good if they went. There we go. So we'll just keep putting our Summon Raging Spirits out because that should hopefully mean, with the melee splash, that does a lot of damage to Weaver. Keep an eye on your life flask. Stand in your totem if you need to. Yeah, that felt a little bit better. Still not amazing, but it was a little bit better. So we'll pick up that stuff and go. So we've got another point. So now we can take that AoE node. And this is all really just prep for our Ascendancy in Act 3. I don't really care about how I get through to it as long as I get there. Once you get to Act 3, you're going to be literally obliterating everything if what I've seen from this minion is anything to go by. So, from here, you've got options. Faster casting is pretty good for SRS. The others, not so great. So we're probably not going to take anything at this point because I'm really not sure what I would want.
I gave the Ebony League piety greetings.
I guess we could ID the one, but it's very unlikely to have anything that's any good, which it doesn't. Yep, we'll just sell that. And we've got a life flask that isn't instant, which is nice, so we can drop the medium one. Now let's hope we're not going to need to go and get Frostbomb to kill Oak. So now, to think I shouldn't have ditched that 1,000 Island ribbons that we found early on in Act 1. Need the damage. I could do with some movement speed boosts as well, in all fairness. So we'll go and kill Kryton first. You definitely want to kill all 3 bandits. You do get a bit of mana regen from Alira, but overall it's really not worth taking because we're not going to be going crit. So the crit multi does literally nothing. Alright, do these leave you alone, I think, on the bridge? Yeah, they do. Good. So this again is going to be super slow.
Your trouble.
So might as well help us by pre-spawning a couple of minions. And if you can keep your maximum minion count up, that's going to help for taking him down nice and quick. Or quicker. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, actually. Okay, and then we'll go on and kill the next one. Right, so we'll carry on with that too. I will say, I'm not very experienced at all with these sort of builds. So don't feel that you have to copy exactly what I'm doing because there may be way better ways to do it. The way I'm really going through this is just to get through to the first Ascendancy. So now as a test, now is Oak. So I'm hoping we can do enough damage to him. But we will find out in a minute. So yeah, this bit you're just looking for Oak's little village or whatever you want to call it. It's normally straight up in the middle, and it is again. I just didn't go the right way. So again, we're going to drop the totem, cast lots and lots of minions.
So an enemy of hope.
And then press kill. And hope that he doesn't just literally heal back through all of the damage. So we're keeping a good amount of minions up, so we should be absolutely fine with the amount of minions we're managing to keep up. And that's again through that increased duration that we picked up from the tree. So slow, but good enough. I'm not too worried by that. He's definitely sometimes a blocker for some new players. Especially when they maybe don't stand there and trade and they try and chip him down bit by bit and then go and dodge what he's doing, it can be a very long fight with his, I don't know what it is, like a mortal call or whatever it is that he does. We are getting a lot of horrible minions in this map, so we'll get out of here nice and quick. Right, then we'll go and kill Alira, and that gives us another 2 points. So we've got our points that we want to do there. We can go up here to get some more life and also minion stuff here. Or we can make our way this way to get more life and that way from here. I think we're actually going to head this way. So, as I said before, Alira is going to be the same side of the waypoint. Now, Wave of Conviction might be a handy thing to have, actually. I don't... Oh, of course it's someone that's corrupted. We're going to try and run away from this guy because it'll take so long to kill. Unfortunately, I don't think it's this way. I think we need to go back up to where he is. We'll just check down here quickly for Alira. Oh, no, she is here. Excellent. That makes things a little bit easier. Smack my microphone. So again, killing all bandits. So let's get some SRS up to start. You can pretty much tank what she does, even if she does her detonate dead. They kind of massively reduce the damage to it. So there really isn't anything that can kill you on this. So as you can see, I got pretty much every single DD overlap me there and it was fine. So we're going to take the loot that we can sell. We'll move on.
He will show you what true friendship is.
We could still do with some gear. I've never seen this so stingy with just drop. I haven't even had something drop with 2 blue links on it. Are we going the wrong way? We are going the wrong way. We could also do some movement speed boots. Would be pretty nice because this is feeling pretty slow.
The knight must give way.
So again, we'll hold and stack up the minions. I've already done this, haven't I? What am I doing? It's because I normally do that after I've done the bandits. I've just totally forgot that I've already done that. So, back to town. Right, now we're going to spend a little bit of time to see if we can actually get some gear that's going to allow us to get some zombies on the go. Probably don't need that carve wand anymore. Which now seems like a bit of a waste buying it, but is what it is. So we're looking for something glove-wise, probably, or boots, or no, actually probably the helmet. The helmet's not very good. Or if we find the right boots, we could use our alchemy orb on it because we do really want to get some movement speed. Again, we've got none of the links that we're looking for, which is kind of typical. It is getting to the point now where I really would like some movement speed boots, so we might go and try and do this. With the alchemy that we've got, we'll just double check actually. Yeah, we don't have enough orgs either, so we'll take the risk. Obviously, we don't hit it, and it's full up. So again, kind of got a little bit brick there. We're also going to try and colour this for 2 blue, 2 red, and then try and link it. We'll try and get super lucky. Didn't work, but we've got 2 blue, so now at least we can get some zombies in. So, Wave of Conviction is something that you could run, because it will lower fire resistance. But we've now got 2 blue sockets, so we can go and actually get some zombies into the build. What we're going to actually link them up to is probably minion speed, because they're super, super slow.
Stay true to you.
And we'll go and get more minions and more zombies. There'll be a POB in the description with all of the trees and links and stuff like that.
What little help I can offer.
So we'll take our summon zombie. There we go. Put that to a random skill.
Goodbye.
We don't need those boots anymore. Don't think we need that wand either.
Farewell.
Although we are still on our basic scepter that we started the game with. So the only thing we need to think about is, do we need desecrate? which we may as well take just for some corpses if we need them for our zombies.
Remember to live.
So then we'll carry on. So let's see how many zombies we can spawn. 5. Okay, that's fine. They're not going to do a lot because they attack so slow even with minion speed, but it is better than nothing.
Have time to gather my will.
And they persist through zones, so... What we may need to do, actually... We don't have a blue socket, is get Convocation to make the zombies actually stay with us. But for now, we'll just go through. So Act 3 is going to be a bit of a pig if we don't get a 4 link. Because we can already see that the damage is starting to fall off. But as soon as you get your first Ascendancy, the skill we're going to use, you can't link up anyway. But it would be good to have supplementary damage with 4 link SRS, or maybe go Absolution at that point. And the reason I'm not going to Absolution now is because we might not have the damage to actually kill monsters to spawn the Absolution minions. We'll also at some point get shield charge going, but we definitely don't have the sockets for it right now. So you can see our minions are not doing very well. Our zombies, they're pretty much dying straight away, so it might be we need to put minion life in them instead. Which is a bit of a surprise, since we are stacking quite a lot of minion life. It's a little bit annoying that they're not surviving. And we've gone the wrong way. Lovely. There we go.
I beg of you, God.
You've lost another zombie. They are not very good at staying alive.
Ready, Exile? This land is...
So I don't think we need the waypoint, but we'll grab it just in case. Let's raise zombies up another level. So hopefully that gives them a little bit more life and they actually start surviving. And then we'll probably go and get myself some more life as well next. Pick up the silver coin. I mean, we don't really need to level up Desecrate, I guess. Unless that affects the level of the corpses. I don't think it does. I assume in its area that does. Oh, it does. But then it's level 24 and we're level 21 anyway, so that's fine. Although I don't think the corpse level matters for your zombies. So we'll go and get some life and mana. And then we'll probably head across to the left-hand side and get the other minion nodes. So setting all my zombies to die, running through there. Yep, they did. This is ridiculous. Maybe we don't want to supplement with zombies if they're just going to fold like paper straight away. So maybe we can take that node we were waiting to take that gives minions regen and leech, because that might help them sell over. I can't imagine leech will do much good because they'll be doing 0 damage. And I think we need one more orb of augmentation to get movement speed on my boots, because I think it had an open prefix. Yep, they're dying again. And in this zone here, I don't think there's a way to read the layout, but essentially the exits are in one of the corners. But at this stage, I don't think you know what corner it is. I doubt it's going to be up there. There it is. Zombie's dead again. So again, with this floor, again, it's random, the layout. But it'll be in one corner, so just wander around and see if you can luckily bump into the exit. We did. And then once you get up here onto the 3rd floor, it's then in opposite corners. So we've spawned at the bottom right, so we just have to go to top left. And it works as it is. It's a pyramid, so the floors get smaller and smaller as you go up. So this room, there might be a dead end. Next couple of rooms are just going to be really straightforward. So we're just basically going to go up as far to the right as we can. Not too bothered about the zombies because you get an absolute age for the boss to spawn in this act anyway. So through we go. We can summon our zombie that died. Activate the altar. Go and get this craft. Get some more life. So we've got a really decent life pool. It's just the fact we don't do any damage. So we'll just wait until he starts spawning. And then we'll get the minions out. I just don't want to use all of my mana pot straight away. In fact, we can push clarity up a bit more. So we'll get some minions out. Please don't kill my zombies. I don't want to have to resummon them. So if you have to move away from the rocks, at least make sure you're still spawning your SRS, because you really don't want them to drop off. Okay, so all the zombies just got absolutely splattered by Vaal Oversoul. Which is nice. Yeah, they really don't do a lot of damage, do they, the zombies? And they're going to get splattered again. Yep, they're all dead again. Right, we'll take our loot. And then we'll move on to Act 3.
Back where you belong, Nightmare. The faithful need not fear your kind.
Okay, so zombies are a mistake until we get more minion life, because they just don't survive. I mean, we could technically put minion life on them instead of speed, but then it feels like there's almost no point having them. But then again, I guess there's no point having attack speed if they're always dead. So we might go and put minion life in the zombies. But we do still have some regen, leech, and life nodes that we can take for those. We'll pick up that just because our helmet, I don't think, has anything in it. Oh, it does. It has our desecrate, which, to be fair, we don't really need. We'll get our minion count up again. Now that shield might come in handy because it's 3 blue.
I don't mean.
Alright, on we go. So then the idea from here is we get as much life as we can, because I don't think we can do much to get the damage really pumping until we get a falling, which we may not get in this act. So we'll just exit so that I can start in the middle of town and I can sell my loot.
What is it?
I mean, we can't really use any of this at the moment.
See you.
We're also going to put Purity of Elements on when we get the chance because obviously our resistances are not very good. So I think it makes sense to call it there for the first episode. We've done Acts 1 and 2. It's very, very slow going, but I want to try and explain things as I'm going along. And it's a build I've never even touched before. So that's it for this episode. We'll see you in Act 3 in the next one.